will to not quit and just to stick with our plan and keep going with it. Realize that other guys are going to pick each other up, but at the end of the day, we knew this was coming, and the big thing for us is just continue to keep the foot on the gas and keep our head down.
Yeah, I mean, to piggyback on that, right now 1 through 9 is going to do damage, so it's pretty much just pick your poison. So we're all picking each other up. Like earlier today, I flew out twice. Both times Conor picked me up, and like just being able to do that and get more consistent with it like we have lately, it's everything working out, so it's going good.
Does anything change in your approach when you have a game like yesterday where you feel like you need to keep scoring runs to try and win the game versus tonight where you came up and hit the home run at the end of the game? You had a big enough lead where more insurance is always great, but it wasn't absolutely necessary.
I mean, we always just want to keep our foot on the gas. Give that bullpen enough leeway, no matter what. It can be a 10-run lead or 2-run lead. Like, as long as we have the lead, it's always nice. Just rely on that bullpen. We trust all those guys down there, and they trust us. So just doing our job, and they're doing theirs.
Ethan, you weren't having your best offensive day until the big home run in the 7th that changed all of that. Take me through that bat and how you think that's sealed the game for you.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely didn't change the game. Still didn't play that great, but I had one good swing. I mean, I felt good in the box, and I was getting upset because I kept swinging, just hitting the bottom of the ball. I kept having good swings, felt on time, so I knew I was going to get one at some point, but I just had to make the adjustment, get more on top of the ball, and finally did in that last at bat. So I was happy with that. But yeah, lately I've been struggling for sure, just working with the coaching staff and figuring everything out, making a lot of adjustments, and it's good to see that everything's on the right track.
What does this series victory signify for you guys as a team, especially after the weekend that you had at the Colorado last week?
I think for us, it just is momentum builder for us. Get back right on track. A lot of people, everyone, I guess, is still sleeping on us, and we're okay with that. We want to be the underdogs, honestly. We're going to keep fighting this thing to the very end. Last week of regular season, and this win this weekend, we're satisfied, but we got to get one more tomorrow. So that's important for us. One more tomorrow.
You guys got to talk to Barry Bonds the other day. Did any of that have to do with this unbelievable offensive production you guys have been on? I mean, it's been pretty crazy what you guys have done since 2000, 45 runs in 3 games. Just what were some of the things he told you?
Yeah, I think just hearing from the best hitter in the world ever, just how simply he put things for us, and just for us to relate in different ways. He didn't just come in and just try and talk down to us. He related with us and talked with us about just how to really simplify the game. And I think a lot, especially for the younger guys too, just hearing how simple the game really can be, goes a lot to show to that talk, and the results have came how they have. But we're just gonna keep building off of what we've been doing.
Conor, that 4th inning, you swung at the first pitch, and then Ryan followed up, and it seemed like throughout the night, first pitch swinging and first couple pitches was kind of the plate approach. Can you just take us through what that thought process was and what you thought you saw from USC's starter?
Yeah, I just wanted to be on attack all night. First AB hung a changeup, I was gonna let that one go, and then next AB I just got right back to the fastball. I think that's just, for me at least, just the connecting between ABs that happened last weekend at Stanford, just positively, even when I was getting out and stuff like that, just continually see the ball better. And I think that just helps, especially with the younger guys too, getting that attack load. So that's where we're at right now.
Then how did it feel to be back at third base, managing fielding duties along with being at the plate?
Felt good. I mean, I'll play wherever. I'll even catch if I have to at some point. But as long as I'm in the lineup, I can help the team win. Even if I'm not in the lineup, I trust the guys that will be out there. So I'm good to do whatever. But it felt good to be back at third. Celebrate with CD at the end of the game. I always jump higher than he does. So it's kind of nice to do that. But
New picture.
But besides that, it felt good to be back out there and every pitch, and I love it.
Conor, on the ground ball that got by Cam there, it wasn't an error, it just bounced over his glove. So right after come back to 6-3. What did you have any words to him, just being a freshman, any words to him to get it right back right after?
Yeah, I just I just, try to slow the game down after a play like that. Just be ready for the next one right here. Like, we're going to get a ground ball. Lucky had his stuff tonight for us. And, when his stuff's on, we're going to get a lot of ground balls. So I just, told him right there, like, just be ready for the next one. And, of course, it comes to our side of the field, and you got a good put out right there. So,
Ethan, there was particularly, I think it was your third at bat, a couple instances where, runners got set in motion. I think it was twice during that third at bat. And that kind of carried over for the rest of the game. It was the first time I really started to notice it. That was kind of a different thing I think we've seen throughout the season. You guys kind of putting pressure on the defense, not just in the box, but also on the plate, whether it's with aggressive leads or just, putting on a hit and run. How do you feel like that sort of added to a game like tonight where, it's not the monstrous double-digit, numbers in the run column, but you're still doing that to sort of solidify it?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of going at them at all different angles, so it puts them on their heels, and that's what we have to do. So everybody's just doing their job, and I mean, when you have Joe and Sean in front of you, it's kind of nice because they can outrun pretty much anybody out there. So I know they're going to be running a lot. I understand that. I know my job's to score them, so it's kind of fun having them on the bases when I'm up, especially both of them at the same time. Because, I mean, I like watching them run, but I'll try to help them out and give them a jog here and there. But, no, I mean, yeah, just attacking them. Dirt ball reads yesterday were great all throughout the lineup, and putting the pressure on them, really.
You guys have done well at home against Pac-12 opponents, but now you're finally back to 500. You have a chance to finish off a sweep. It could be really big for the morale, things like that tomorrow. What needs to happen to do that?
I think we just got to stick to what we've been doing the past 2 weeks. Even with some losses at Stanford, at least as an offense, just keep swinging, stay in attack mode, and we trust our pitchers. We trust our D, and just to come in. Our thing this weekend is just win be 1-0 every day. So we're back to 0-0 tomorrow. So trying to go 1-0 again tomorrow.
You got that from the Nats in their World Series.
We're going. We're trying to.
How was it to see Pedroia and him get honored, obviously, pre-game? I bet that was pretty cool for you guys.
Yeah, it's always sweet whenever he comes out. He comes out pretty often, but every time he comes out, it's always fun to just pick his brain apart and see him out here and remember like everything he did here and see all the highlights on the TV today. Like some of those plays I couldn't believe. But I mean, yeah, he always tells us good things, and he kind of still acts like he's in college, and he'll shoot the crap with us, stuff like that. So it's pretty fun to have him out here.
What does it mean to have a guy like that who's worn the same jersey you are right now, to be in attendance for one of the biggest games of the season, for you guys to put up the effort you did today?
I think it's huge. It just shows the guys and the culture we have here. They still love this place. They're still consider themselves part of this team, part of this organization. So I just think it's huge just to see those type of guys. The biggest names in our program are still here chopping it up with us before games and stuff like that. So I mean, we all love it, and we really appreciate him, honestly, for trying to come back and help us still.
Whole lineup's been killing the ball lately, but Kyle was especially great today after a tough outing last week. What did his performance tonight do to ignite the clubhouse for that late explosion tonight?
He kept us in it. We didn't start out too hot, and we just kept grinding through those hitters, and felt like we were on defense for maybe 5 minutes for the longest inning. So, I mean, he was up there grooving and giving us a shot, and we finally got to pick him up later on, but that's pretty much it.
Does it say something that the last time the offense didn't really get going was his last outing where he had to get that early exit from the injection? Like, what is that? What kind of impact does that have, or rather the opposite, when your starter goes and is successful on the mound to start? How much of a boost does that give to the offensive morale?
It just keeps the offense, in attack mode, honestly. Like, I keep going back to that, but when our starter's out there grinding through the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning, we're trying to grind out every run for that guy because he's still battling. He's battling his butt off for us, and especially to see him throwing like he was tonight, we all knew that whatever inning it was going to be, we were going to click at some point. So we just had to stay with it. But when guys are throwing like that, it's a lot easier to stay calm and stay through it.
So if you had to be stranded on an island with either Bonds or Pedroia, who would it be?
Oh, no. I want to answer. There's no answer. There's no good answer. I mean, do one of them own the island? Or?
No, you just got to have one or the other.
Shoot. I think think the best answer to this is I was gonna say what Bloomy told me after I got ejected is sometimes the best things to say are the words you don't say. So I'll just stick with that.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'd go with either one. It doesn't matter.